8 considerations when buying and designing an off-grid system with a new DC refrigerator freezer. After 20 years in the business, you can count on Phocos for expert industry tips. Choosing to purchase or upgrading an existing DC refrigerator or freezer for the first time is a big decision for many global customers. The goal is to purchase a quality appliance that works well and has a long life to maximize your investment. Choosing the right product, understanding space considerations, and performance tips will help you realize the best steps to make your investment in DC refrigeration perform well. Number 1. Does the manufacturer offer an option for fast cooling? Phocos is the first and only manufacturer to put an option like this on the market with our FRB series that includes the boost feature. This new boost feature puts the consumer in control to temporarily accelerate cooling and quickly bring food and drinks to the target temperature. It's as easy as clicking a switch for a consumer to run the DC chest refrigerator on standard maximum efficiency mode or boost mode. Number 2. Research the type of refrigerant the manufacturer offers. It's important to understand the options and what your home country's regulations are. Regulations are changing, and many countries are in progress or have already transitioned to a more environmentally friendly R600A refrigerant. Number 3. Design your space to assure the power source is as close to the refrigerator as possible. The longer the run of the wire from the power source to the DC refrigerator freezer, the higher the power usage. In turn, the less efficient a consumer is with their incoming power. When every watt counts, this is a critical design consideration for best practices. Number 4. How flexible is your DC appliance to grow and change with your needs? Think about your needs going forward. Maybe your usage will always be the same and maybe your conditions change. If you don't have to pay more for a quality DC appliance that can adapt when conditions change, it would seem best to choose a flexible option. You can find options for one DC appliance to perform as a refrigerator or a freezer by simply adjusting the thermostat. This option is ideal, so the initial investment in one DC appliance can be maximized no matter what your needs are in the future. Number 5. Create enough space for the DC appliance to not only fit into but also allow for an air gap. Consumers must consider the size of the DC appliance desired and measure the space available. For best efficiency in operation, an air gap of a minimum of 3 inches around the DC refrigerator freezer is optimal. This important detail often gets ignored or is not commonly known, but is vital to achieve the most efficient operation of your DC appliance. Number 6. Think of the space above the refrigerator for new storage options. When opting between an upright or a chest-style DC refrigerator freezer, this must be considered. You can utilize the space for a shelf or cabinet above a chest-style DC refrigerator freezer. That is more accessible than what is possible above a standard AC upright refrigerator freezer. Number 7. In tight spaces, the lid of a DC chest-style refrigerator freezer can act as another preparation surface. When space is a concern, the lid can act as a surface for cutting boards or a prepping shelf. This can be a permanent solution, as you can put adhesive on a material, a butcher block or laminate, to work on, or this space can be functional on an as-needed basis for flexibility. Number 8. When designing a system with solar and a DC refrigerator freezer, you must reference the manufacturer's datasheet. Power consumption is the foundation for a solar system's design, so using the power consumption figures on the datasheet is vital for a smart investment upfront, and a system that will produce the best results long-term. Working with real numbers is the only way to make sure a consumer will have a trouble-free experience once installed, realizing the best ROI. Many consumers using DC refrigerators or freezers are not readily close to where they purchase their food. When the food gets home, people must rely on their DC refrigerator freezer to work properly and efficiently to reduce food waste and maximize energy efficiency. Understanding some of these considerations upfront will help with researching and selecting the proper DC appliance that fits your needs, your application, and your living environment.
For more videos and information, go to www.phocos.com. Phocos, making reliable energy access possible. Anywhere, anytime, any grid.